I'm going to show you how to sew a 1/2 inch seam allowance. When you're sewing a specific seam allowance, you're going to look at the numbers that are on your sewing machine. So when we're using a 1/2 inch, you're going to find the line that says 4/8. 4/8 is just another way of saying 1/2. So I'm going to line up the edge of my paper with the 4/8 line right here. So I'm going to be sewing a 1/2 inch away from the paper, but notice there's no line on the paper that I'm following. I have to be looking back here to know that I'm at the 4/8 line to sew my 1/2 inch. Okay, so I'm going to line up my paper right here at the 4/8 line. I'm going to put down the presser foot, and now when I'm sewing with thread, I have to remember to back stitch. So to back stitch, I'm going to go forwards 3 or 4 stitches. Then I'm going to go backwards by holding down the reverse button. And then I'm going to go back to where I started, 1, 2, 3 stitches. Then I'm going to go forwards again all the way to the end of my line. And the whole time I'm sewing, I'm going to be watching to make sure the edge of my paper stays lined up with the 4/8 line. Alright, when I get to the end, I'm going to slow down so I can back stitch again. So I'm going to hold my reverse button, go back 3 or 4 stitches, and then I'm going to go forwards again back to where I stopped. Okay, then I'm going to take the paper out. So I lift up the presser foot, I pull the paper, I'm going to cut off my threads, and then I'm going to make sure to cut off the thread tail so it's right next to where the paper is, both on the front and on the back. And then also where I started. So when you're finished, you'll have a line that's a 1/2 inch away from the edge of your paper.